What's up, everybody? Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Beyond Blocks podcast. I am your host, Mick Toshi, and this is the first episode recorded at Denver in Denver, Colorado. I hope you enjoy the show. We've got some pretty amazing guests. We're going to talk about their projects and show you some of the things going on in the event space. Big shout out to Axal Pay for sponsoring these episodes. Let's go check it out.
What's up, everybody? Mickey Crypto here, and we are here at ETH Denver, day one of the conference at this new, Buildo City, here to launch a brand new podcast called the Beyond Blocks podcast. These episodes are going to be sponsored by Axal Pay. Check them out. They're a premier payment processor on Solana. And today we have some very special guests. I have one of the most amazing guest hosts with me today. I'll let him introduce himself, the man, the myth, the legend.
How goes it? I'm Ken Bozak from Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. And today we're here at ETH Denver, about to kick things off. Let's go, Miggy.
Yes, sir. And then today we have two great projects coming in to talk about what they're doing, how they're enjoying the conference so far, and tell you about the stuff that they have and that they're building. So go ahead if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. Ash from Axal. Axal, simply put, stablecoin yield at your fingertips. We connect DeFi yield, 6 to 10% APY, better than your bank, cut out the middleman, just go and earn directly. Looks and feels like a Robinhood or a Chase, arguably better, but that's the goal. And we got a booth over here doing a cash grab. Cash.
Yes, I got $6.
Let's go. He's winning.
Good.
That's awesome. So I'm Bautista, CMO at Cavia. We are a narrative and content generation studio, and we're helping the main brands in the Web 2 space transition into Web 3 or just helping them with communication. There's so many Web 3 projects that are amazing in technical.
Yep.
However, when they get to communicating what they do, they fall short. And that's where we come in.
Big facts. Well, it's not an easy transition. It's not the same as going from newspaper to internet blog. It is being your own bank. There's no offloading the responsibilities. So as a corporate entity trying to advance in any industry where you don't have a fall guy, being your own bank as a company, you have nobody to point and blame when something goes wrong. So you really need to learn what you're doing to do it. You have nobody else to do it for you. You should be doing it yourself.
Yeah, you need to know who to delegate with.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is going to be a great day. We've got the inaugural kickoff at the new Buildo City here for ETH Denver. We've got the inaugural kickoff for the podcast. These guys are building some amazing things. Ken is still hosting Not Another Bitcoin Podcast, so make sure that you share, like, and comment on this and get everybody involved. And so for the day one vibes, how are y'all feeling so far? We've had to deal with a long line to get in. Almost didn't make it to the podcast. Almost didn't have Ken make it to the podcast, but
almost had to sneak in through the back. I was looking for a way in, dude.
So that was our experience. How was y'all's?
Yeah, pretty painless.
Cool.
Pretty painless. We got our booth right over here at the entrance, too. It's been fun. We got a Ferrari in front of us, met all the other people around. It's good. I like the new venue. I've been going to Denver for 5 years now. Like, ever since I was in college, I've just come here and
I missed the Rainbow Road, though.
Yeah, that was sick. Like,
that
on the roof,
was
just going
yes.
into M. It was good vibes. This is a lot more polished. It's like, we're maturing as an industry.
It definitely feels more mature, absolutely. And you know what's good? A lot of people, were complaining, no one's going to Denver, crypto's down, it's too cold, whatever. And the line was there's a lot of people here right now. And to see that in the market with the sentiment it's at right now, this is bullish energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was funny because when I first came in, a lot of the booths are kind of like, man, we don't really see the crowd. I was like, oh no, they're outside waiting to get in.
Yeah,
Some of them might not be in for 40 minutes,
really. They don't have
but
enough.
they're out there.
That's sick.
So is this the first time for you guys out here?
So we were in ETH Denver last year as well.
Cool.
We usually focus a bit more in the side events. So we're co-hosting with TBB, Toby Brand Ventures,
Oh, cool.
a couple of events. We hosted an opening party on Monday, and it was crazy. We were expecting like 50 to 70 people because we had the same sentiment that not as much people are coming. However, we ended up having over 200 people coming into the house.
No, dang.
Yeah.
All right, respect.
That's awesome.
We'll have more events on Thursday and Saturday as well. So if you guys are looking for side events, come over to the best events.
I was about to say, not just a side event, but the best event.
Bro, I was going to say, are you doing side events and things like this at other conferences as well throughout the year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool. What's
It's,
next after ETH Denver then?
We have a bunch. So the best event is going to be hosting events in Consensus, Miami.
Makes sense.
We're going to be in Dubai. We're going to be in Hong Kong, FinTech Week, all around the world.
Awesome.
Dubai is going to be huge.
So how do y'all feel about the general conference experience? You know, as you said, you've been here many years. You guys have been hosting a lot of side events. You know, as we've gone through, let's just say the last 5 years of conferencing, even for us, there's been a lot of big changes, you know, and I think for 2026, we're going to see a lot more. So what is your sentiment about the conference experience as a whole?
I fucking love them. Like crypto conference. I've never been to too many other conferences. Like I've just been doing crypto full time.
Same.
It's cool. But like, there's nothing better than meeting people in person. There's absolutely nothing. And like, it's amazing to have privacy. It's amazing to be able to communicate with people who I've never met in my life and I never will, and still get aligned on something. But like, the feeling of standing, talking to somebody, learning about their story, describing your own story, that's just incredible. And like, Denver's always had it. Like the core energy, even with the venue changing and everything, there's no. I love your take on this too. Like we went to Singapore, it was cool. It was just different. Denver has this like very authentic. Like if you're here, you really give a shit. Like you've just come out here to talk to other people, learn about crypto. You care about blockchains, the Ethereum aura as a whole. Decentralization actually matters. It's not just a buzzword. Like it's incredibly important to own your money, to be your own bank. I love your take on that actually.
Absolutely. I have a similar take here. So even though this year we're having less people, I feel like we're focusing a bit more on the actual people that are building, that are creating value for the ecosystem. So probably the fact that we're having less people, it means we have the guys that are actually interested in being here for the long term.
Well, the environment changed around conferences. It went from a P2B environment mostly now to a B2B.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of people that are here are not just spectators. They're working. You know, and you're not going to a conference just to grab free swag. You have a job to do. So most of the people here, it's B2B now, and that's just the progression of almost any industry as it matures. Is seeing less spectators and more participants at these events. But then you get that brain think, you get that cross-pollination after conferences, and like 3 months from now, I'm probably going to see 6 of these booths working together on something that they talked about. I'm like, oh shit, I remember seeing them talking at the water cooler. That's what they were talking about. That's what I love about conferences, that cross-pollinating think tank that you couldn't get out of a Telegram or a WhatsApp group chat. You know, just going up to grab a water, running into somebody that's from a completely different company, overhearing them have a headache about something that you literally solve as your business model. Well, yeah, we have a solution for that, and they didn't know because SEO sucks.
Yep. The best part, we got these fucking hoodies from like 3 years ago. We just have Axal on the back. It's the name of the company. I'm like walking out. I'm running out of some bar at some side event, and some guy's like, "Wait, Axal, right?" And I'm like, "Fuck,
Nice.
cool, let's go."
3 years, then that's what you do. You build a legacy with the brand, rocking the hoodie, man. And you go to the events, and I did it personal brand. Just be me at all the events. All the founders, all the conference organizers, they all know me because I attended all the events.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're a good BD, business development, this is a BD person's
Mandatory,
dream. Like Ken said, you're able to pick out a lot of pieces and put them together because you're interacting with different booths. You're hearing about different problems that different companies are having, different projects. You're like, hey, you know what? I know somebody who has a solution for you. And so it's a BD person's dream, especially to be at this conference. I think the first couple of years, that's a lot of the work that I did, and got me a lot of work for a couple of years. So it was nice getting to just, hey, I just talked to somebody who can solve your issue. You should go talk to them. Their booth's like two doors down.
Yep.
They're your neighbor.
Yeah, it's also a great place to create credibility. Because
That's
whenever
true.
you're talking in a Telegram chat, let's say, and you're offering your services, people don't really know who's behind that Telegram user. Here, you're seeing people in person, you're seeing the same people over and over again along different events around the world, and also year after year. So
Well, I mean, these crypto conferences have basically been our Yale and Harvard. We are alums of a fraternity now, and that has value in the real world. When you say, I went to Harvard, they don't care much more about you as a person anymore because of the accolades that come associated with that. I say I've been to every single ETH Denver since day one. Those accolades mean things to businesses in this space. They no longer need to look too deeply into who you are. We are building the next levels of fraternities and sororities and accolades that really have value in the real world. Just because you went to Harvard doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make a lot of money. But if you've been to every single Bitcoin conference since 2018 or 2016 to 2010, odds are you know what you're doing, right? And it's all about money. Everything in this space, education, is around finances. So it's like, I think that is the most important takeaway about being here is like, we're building that future of like, oh, you're from ETH Denver?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, like that matters. That will really mean something.
Yep. That's why I wore my East Denver skin for
Exactly.
this day.
That's like he said, that's credibility.
That's from a year or two ago, right?
It's from last year.
From last year.
Yeah. We actually were gifted a lot of this stuff here at the amazing creator station, podcast station. You know, one of my favorite spots to be at. Yeah, we got a bunch of cool stuff. That was at the booth at the end of it. So, yeah, we got a lot of fun gifts, and we're like, you know what?
They have some
Let's
swag
bring it
this year
back.
for us.
Yeah, so the experience here has been great. Day one, you know, you can see the crowd behind us. We got a lot of movement. People are finally getting in the door. So we got to hear that you guys are basically running some side events out here. So what is your kind of like big go-to? What is the feature of your project here at the event? I mean, I don't want to give it away. You kind of mentioned it, you know what I mean? But
Strip
let's
clubs?
talk about what you're doing with them dollar bills.
I've never done this in my life, actually. You guys know the cash grab machines? Like you get in the room and they got cash flying everywhere.
Oh, yeah, with the wind tunnel.
Yes. We got one of those.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's to your point. Like, it's for better or for worse. Like, so much of what we're doing here, and there are other things that excite me, like decentralized social, whatever. This space is about money. It's about owning your shit. It's about you are your own bank. Like, you can control your finances. That's all that we do. Like, Axal is the best place on earth to park the dollar. That's the vision. That's what we're building towards. Like, one click, get access to Euler, Morpho, Aave, the next thing, whatever it might be. Get that higher rate. That's higher for a reason. It's higher because the contracts are fully on chain. It's fully transparent. These borrowers desperately need to get a loan. They can't go to bank and go and get out a loan against their assets. So for us, the cash grab's like a good way to encapsulate that. Like, go and get your cash back from all these people that are stealing it from you. Like, this is not worth $1. Like, this is worth like 80 cents in a year.
Well, it depends. Yeah, what point in time are you
Absolutely.
asking? Is this worth $1?
Absolutely. It's like so. It's been fun. It's been fun. Like, it's such an intuitive product. So to have an intuitive giveaway, that's been a focus for us.
You would say intuitive, but people don't understand where that dollar comes from that I'm yielding just by providing. Like, so if you could explain to people why having a stable coin, right, yielding you money rather than having a bank account or a piggy bank, where does that money come from and what stops that money from flowing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I mean, all that we've done with blockchains is create a more transparent ledger of what is happening in finance. Whether it's Bitcoin itself or a lot of what you see on Ethereum gets fun because you can build fancy applications like what we're doing. A stablecoin is just a digital dollar. Like, if you go back to the 80s or 90s, whenever we started to physically digitize cash, like, it's secured, it's always with USDC regulated, more than a bank. The reserves have to be US T-bills and cash. So when I say stablecoin lending or earn 6 to 10%, this is coming from you cutting out that middleman that is pocketing your interest. Like, every single bank in America, and abroad as well, is lending to small businesses, HVAC repair units, like construction workers, small businesses like restaurants. They're pocketing that rate, or they're just investing in T-bills and stealing the 4% from you. Which is just the US, that is the risk-free rate. Like, the US government is guaranteeing that. Like, so what we're able to do is go and peer-to-peer lend to different people. Like, take your dollar, download Axal, get it into a stablecoin format, and now on a blockchain you can go directly to a lending market, directly to a vault. There's no middleman, it's just code. Code that is, at this point in time, 5 years ago, maybe not as much, but now it's like trillions of dollars in volume probably, billions of dollars. I heard Apollo, one of the biggest asset managers on earth, invested in Morpho, which is the main vault provider that we allocate to.
Nice.
So the explain it like I'm 5 is like control your money, cut out the middlemen that are stealing your interest. That's what we do.
Now, from a more educated perspective about this, somebody that might argue, isn't this just a derivative of the dollar hurting the value of a dollar? That's why a dollar ain't worth $1. Won't stablecoins make my dollar go down even faster?
No, I mean, like, this is like,
it's not money printer go burr. The more stable coins there are, that's not how it works.
Like, these reserves are sitting there. It's like, Circle literally has bank accounts that are out there, but the difference in what we're trying to do is like democratize that yield, unleash that yield. It's not just this business that's pocketing it. So like, and it gets more fun, and I'd love your guys' take on this too. We've thought a lot about other assets, right? Go beyond stablecoins. Hold your Bitcoin and earn yield on that. Invest in bonds, invest in small businesses. Like, this goes beyond just holding dollars. It's a form of investment that is previously gatekept. Like, you go back 200 years, like, who is allowed to buy land or invest in land? Very few people.
That's about to happen all over again, man.
Absolutely.
That's not possible. There's conversations around who's about to be allowed to own land again.
Dude, that's crazy, man. And like, so many people can't even do that. So in mine, it's like tokenization does one thing incredibly well. Unleash access to an asset class. Like, you could have 1 cent, or you could have $1 billion, and you can invest in the exact same protocols.
What about people? Is this something that your platform could make possible in investing in people?
We've thought about just a little bit, actually. Like, income sharing
Because I'm on the way up. People should be buying my dip right now.
Oh,
dude, I'm very libertarian at heart. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, let people do what they want. Personally, I don't know. It's like a little dystopian. The thought of, like, I'm getting in at somebody. I don't know, but like, income sharing agreements exist and people want to do it. Like, I mean, we raise venture capital. In a way, that's what venture is. It's like you're betting on a guy early on for the possibility of outside.
Right, it's like
returns.
buying my likeness and IP and copyright of my
Yeah.
persona,
Yeah,
right? Like
absolutely.
Shaquille O'Neal owns Marilyn Monroe's IP.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Oh,
he owns
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot
Yeah,
of people's
music
IP.
and those
That's my
catalogs
favorite.
and media and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah,
That's what
I think
saying. So
Britney
it might be
Spears just
something to
sold her
look into to
catalog.
invest in people through
Absolutely.
that means
Yep.
because like Shaquille O'Neal owns people's likenesses.
That's fucking
I don't
crazy.
see why somebody wouldn't be interested in owning mine.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great
Yeah, it
point.
was just like Michael Jackson. He had one of the
Yeah,
largest
hold on to your
catalogs,
Ken
he
and you'll
owned a
earn
lot
some
of
yield.
Jesus.
IP, and then when he passed away, Sony scooped all that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Mr.
he
Beast
had
had
some
a-
major IP.
Mr. Beast had a similar situation where he was offered over $1 billion to get the Mr. Beast brand with Jimmy himself inside of it, and he declined.
I would too. It's at least $100 billion.
Yeah.
He's going to give this to his kids' kids. You know, Mr. Beast is like it's like a Walmart of some
Yep.
sort. I don't know how else to explain
He
it.
bought a finance app like last week. I forgot what
So
it was called.
smart.
He literally bought like a teen financial education
Well,
app.
that's what Walmart did. That's why you have
Yeah.
the Walmart app. They
Everywhere.
don't let you use your debit card
Right,
to tap
right.
and pay.
You have to use
have
the
to have
app.
the
Or
Walmart
something.
app, and you have to
Yeah.
put your money on the Walmart app to tap and pay
That's
at
crazy.
Walmart.
They're a
And
bank.
supposedly
They're a
they've
bank now.
integrated Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think Solana are in that app to be used.
Imagine
in
if you
the
could earn
distant
yield
future,
though
yeah.
on that money that's sitting on Walmart.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and hey, for them, this is like the Starbucks gift card
Or
example
what if
that people
Walmart
do.
could earn yield on all that money that's
Yeah,
sitting
which
on
they're
there?
doing, which is what they're
yeah,
doing.
but they could do better with crypto.
Yeah, they
with
could do better, or
stablecoins.
they could give it to the people, right?
That's-
Like, it's kind of like this is how credit cards work too, right? Like I got the Robin and Gold card, 3% cash back. Like,
Wouldn't this
fucking
just be the new royalty or loyalty rewards programs that a lot of these cards give out for
earning
like,
yield?
yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely could be.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, fun times.
Cool. Well, we're gonna insert here for a short commercial break from Got Soul Payment, and so check them out, gotsoulpay.com.
2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, and so we've got Cavia here. You know, in addition to the best events, why don't you give us some key highlights about the project, and what you guys are here to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you can't, pull the mic up a little bit closer.
Yeah. So we've been in the space since 2021, and we've helped some of the biggest brands in the world, such as PepsiCo or Voila,
Oh, cool.
to get into the Web3 space. So, for example, with Voila, we help them. They are a digital bank. Some of you might not know them. They are $1 billion worth digital bank, and they were the first ones to launch crypto in Argentina.
Oh, nice.
For everyone to
Wow.
buy.
Respect.
Yeah, we did their launch campaign so that people
Oh, cool.
would know they are able to do that now. Then we helped PepsiCo launch into the Web3 space as well. They had a weird branding situation where they had to remove Chester, the Cheetos.
Why? What?
Yeah, there was a regulation. In Argentina, you can no longer have animals in packaging.
Wow.
Dude, that's like all crypto is, bro. We are
Yeah.
all animals in crypto.
They're like, nope,
Literally.
nope, nope, nope.
So our idea was, let's just move Chester to the metaverse, and we did an NFT campaign with them.
I love that.
That's
so
Yeah.
Chester
brilliant.
lives on.
Exactly.
Cool, on chain, baby. Wow. So, what are some things that you're looking to do here in East Denver, like for the project? You know, what is your, I guess, your goal? You know, your outcome that you'd like to achieve here.
Absolutely. So in this space, as I mentioned before, there's so many great technical founders who lack the communication skills in order to scale to the next level. So what we're doing here is mainly helping those land the right communication and create the right pieces to get to the audience so that they understand where they can provide value and help them scale. You know, it's
Yeah.
basic go-to-market, but focused on the traditional media instead of just doing Twitter, which is what many do, and fighting over the same community of like 1 million people. We help them simplify their communication so instead they can reach billions of people.
Yeah.
If your communication is simple enough, everyone's going to understand it. If you keep using the same buzzwords, then you're stuck with a small community.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I think for a lot of projects, it's very needed because, I mean, a lot of these teams are brilliant, great developers, you know, great people working in it, but most of them don't understand traditional business, traditional marketing. And I think for a lot of them, that's a missed opportunity because as much as we want to do things differently in this industry, you know, it's kind of nonsensical to not follow along with what works already. You know, it's great to add to it, but I think a lot of people detract from doing the things that work already in that line of, hey, traditional media, traditional marketing, which like Ken is master of guerrilla marketing. It works insanely great, and that's how traditional marketing does. They're in your face, on the ground, activating, getting you to do stuff. So I like that you're able to combine that with what these projects are doing, because I think that benefits the space a lot more by putting the eyes, bringing it to the eyes of traditional communities, traditional consumers, and things like that. And so also, for Axal, I know we've kind of talked about being your own bank and stuff, and so I guess just for everybody, like, let everybody know, what does it really mean to be your own bank?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. You own your money. I think, and like, a lot of people think that they own their money. They don't. Like, a lot of folks have gotten debanked.
You're leasing your money.
You're leasing it to a bank.
No.
You're leasing it. In the past, it's really bad. You're leasing it to a physical fucking brick and mortar location. Teller can do what they want. It's sitting in a deposit box. Hey, look, there's so many. Everyone has a story. Like, my dad had a lot of valuable jewelry when he immigrated over to the States, like decades ago, in a safety deposit box at like some TD Bank location in Mass. Just bank totally loses it, misplaces it. He's fucked. Like, there's nothing that you can do. Priceless stuff to him. Just like can't do anything. The same can happen with your money, and we've already talked about how they're lending it out on your behalf. Like, my dollars are going to somebody else, and they're doing what they want with it. So to be your own bank means that you kind of have full control of your money at any point in time. Crypto does this. Like, you hold a wallet, which is, think of it as like a digital bank account, with the difference, you hold the private key to that. The only thing that can ever move money in and out of that wallet is the private key. So with Axal, what we're trying to do, make it a bit easier to use this stuff. Like, it's a lot of pressure, like holding that private key and having it completely. Add on Face ID, add on two-factor authentication, add it onto a mobile app where it's
all that just adds to the anxiety.
Yeah. Keep track of all this stuff, and don't lose that one thing, because it's super important. You lose everything.
Yeah, fucking terrifying.
At that point, it almost feels worth it to be at the mercy of the banks. And
it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off, and that's why the beauty of a lot of the on the point of builders here, the space has changed so much. Like, we use a tech called trusted execution environments. Every iPhone has this. It's a physical chip. It's like a piece of hardware in your phone.
Yeah, at the BIOS level.
Yeah, it does the face like encryption and decryption. The reason why it matters is because all the data on that device is fully private and encrypted. Like, you can't. Nobody.
You'd
can
have to
fuck with
physically
it
tamper with it,
Yes.
but the BIOS chip itself is fingerprinted to the actual motherboard. You can't unless you flashed it, and then if you flash it, then you corrupt all the data anyway.
Exactly.
Because it's a two-factor authentication signed by that chip. I used to do micro soldering and data restoration.
Little known fact, Ken used to
when
work
this
in
stuff
this
started to come out, man, it actually to me was like finally. But then the Right to Repair Act still hasn't been nailed out, so it's almost even scary to know that you won't be able to fix what you own because you're really leasing your car, you're leasing your iPhone, you're leasing your washer and dryer. But that chip's cool. It just we need the Right to Repair Act on our side.
So like we balance that with fully on-chain permission. So we apply that type of chip for transaction signing. So you always have your private key. So you can do what you want with it. You can hide it. We can help you custody it with a provider if you really care about that. We have granular permissions. I'm allowed to do one thing on behalf of my users, which is my job, tracking all the yields that are out there. DeFi is a mess. There's millions of yields out there. Rates are always changing. So many protocols to monitor. All that Axal does, we have the permission to move funds between that wallet and this set of, let's say, 10 pools, 20 pools that are out there. Each pool is doing its own rate. That's how we get the 6 to 10. And there's always something new, like new asset classes, new markets to tap into. So to me, it's a perfect balance of like, you've made something that's friendly enough for my mom and my friends to use it. Like, the pitch is simple. Best place to park the dollar, earn 6 to 10%, your bank's screwing you. The educational piece is like what we've just gone through, and that's our battle on the theme of communication. It's like, we're doing UGC stuff, we're doing funny content, we're going outside of banks in New York, and we're just like, this bank's taking all your money, they built this skyscraper.
So he was talking about helping companies find their communities and really identify what their culture is within that community. Does your platform have like a social aspect to it? Because a couple of these platforms now are bringing back the Poloniex troll box in a sense, and these chat room stuff. Even like Phantom Wallet now, you jump into any token, it has a chat room. So is this something that you're considering building around like those yield funds where the people participating could be a part of that group chat and build that community?
Absolutely. We don't have it yet. We totally want to. Even when you think about like the Web2 apps that we're trying to displace, like a Venmo, so social. Like, I love Venmo.
Social media should be in everything. Everything should have social. A touch of social media should be in every application. Wallets, exchanges, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Because that's where the communities grow, and that's when a company can identify the culture that they're uniquely and organically creating.
Yeah.
If they can contribute some effort to that culture that is naturally surrounding them, I think that's the amplifier that they're looking for, and that's what you can really magnify for them.
Absolutely.
Show them where to focus that energy in their community, and identify the culture that is naturally built around what they have built. A lot of companies want to force a square peg into a round hole, and we're only for suits, when most of the money you're going to make is coming from pajamas.
Yeah.
That's a great line. I got to use that more. Like, and that's the problem with this industry too on that theme. It's like everything's B2B. Like, okay, I get it. Yep. Like, sell to private wealth, sell to institutions, sell to other crypto companies. For me, there was a moment when we did it for a while. It's just like, this is not where the money is. It's not where my heart's at. It's not where like you're changing the world. Like I'm in crypto because of the guarantees and making people become their own bank and own your shit. Build a mobile app. That's like the 2-second. Like yes, you build a mobile app. That's how you get to those people.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's been lost in the community over the years is that, the fundamental idea of, building community first and doing things that make sense for each other to use. Things have gotten so profit-driven, money-driven that a lot of people lost sight of that idea and that concept. It's like, we're here to, peer-to-peer. There's empowerment in the community because as a whole, there's a lot more of us than there are of them, as far as businesses, institutions, and corporations. Number-wise, even just see the conference, there's a lot of people here. Imagine how if everybody here, to some degree, was working together, which, we're here at the conference, so I guess you could say we are. But, I mean, imagine, again, the power of the P2P network. The original idea of Satoshi, of, electronic cash, peer-to-peer.
You know that 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing? Like I know you know him, and that I'm 5 people away from Andres Antonopoulos, right? Or I'm 5 people away from Charlie Lee's DMs, right? Somebody should try to fix or build the social application for 5 degrees of Satoshi Nakamoto. And how many people away from you are you from communicating with somebody that you desire to communicate with? And then follow that trail. I reach out to my friend reached out to his friend reached out to the guy I wanted to talk to. Within 5 degrees of Satoshi, we're working together.
The world is small. The world is extremely small.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. We gotta lose the being scared of doing. The more you do, the more you land.
Oh, I'm scared of doing it. I'm doing it right now. This is scary. I don't know what you guys think, but it is kind of scary being on a camera, having people walk by, speaking. If you say something wrong.
Yeah, trying to say stuff and that's entertaining, relevant, and people are willing to watch and listen to.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, and regarding that, I love what you mentioned before. Like trying different types of content and seeing what actually resonates with your community. You're trying UGC, you're trying to do contents in front of a bank.
Yeah, we got the fucking cash grab, everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
What
You're
about
doing content in events as well.
What about community bounty content? A lot of companies, their community wants to make content about them. Why not reward them for it? I don't think enough projects have bounties or rewards in place for people who naturally, not influenced with thousands of followers, but just everyday people that love them, who would host a meetup, would do a podcast, would interview people, would make tutorials, would do deep dives. They would do it for free, but they don't have the excuse to justify the time it would take.
Right,
so
no incentive.
And monetize your community's loyalty. Reward them for that loyalty.
Gamify that ish.
I feel like UGC is trying to do this, and it's cool because you have all these non-crypto people that UGC, like every Adidas, Nike, you name the company, they're trying to do it. Exactly what you described. Not a big following. You need 200 college students. 300 people in Argentina that are currently using this grocery store.
Yes.
Whatever it might be. We're trying to do that. It's and yeah, you're right. They don't even want money half the time. They just want to feel like they're a part of something.
Yeah, appreciation goes a long way in this space, and companies forgot how to appreciate. They stopped liking, they stopped retweeting, and they stopped commenting. And I think they need to fire that intern.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they knew that people will use their products or not, and most of them will, regardless of that.
That's how you die, though. That's how it's like, okay, 100%. You're good today. That's not sustainable by
That's what I mean about the square peg round hole. A lot of companies say we only work with the professionals, the suits. They don't acknowledge the people in pajamas who are really providing majority of their liquidity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of like what you mentioned earlier. I think there's a lot of people in the space, individually, as consumers, as participants, who want to be a part of something impactful. Who want to be a part of something that's like, hey, you know what? I may not be making a difference myself, but because I'm participating in this or, playing this game or meeting this group, I'm assisting in something impactful.
You are.
But like you said, there's not a lot of projects who are geared towards that. Most of them are like, hey, you know what? Come get money, make money, number go up, number go down. Whatever.
But there's so much more. You need the product, absolutely. But you need the community. Fully agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So I love the work that you guys are doing, trying the different nuances, throw that pasta at the wall until it sticks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are you throwing next? Anything that either one of you could talk about that you may have on the roadmap for the rest of the year? It's not there, but it's on the table. It's something that you can talk about?
Yeah, maybe.
You want to go first? I can go.
Yeah, so ourselves, we're partnering up with TBB. We're their media partners, and the series of events we're going to be doing this year is going to be out of this world. During July, we're going to be hosting a 2,500 people event
In Dubai?
in the crypto space.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
just one day before Token 24.
Let's hope it doesn't rain this year.
Monsoon.
I'm so
That
happy
wasn't
I didn't
rain,
go.
bro.
I was an hour away from buying that
That was
ticket.
that was
was
geo-engineered attack.
Pretty much.
Dubai's going to be a lot of fun though, and that's a whole different energy as well. It's really not about money. There's a lot more altruism that comes out of Dubai. They're more likely to invest in something that's going to do something for the world, not just because they got enough money. They're not really interested in making more money.
Yeah.
They just want to make the world a better place for the money they have to be spent in.
That's so interesting. I never would have thought that. That's actually
Yeah, it's a totally different conversation when you're in Dubai with these B2Bs. They're not like, where's the problem, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
It's really what's in it for everybody.
fuck yeah. That's sick.
I love the spirit of collaboration.
Yeah, Dubai's full of that. I can't wait to go there. I haven't been there. I've spoken to a lot of companies that have and projects, influenced people that went. Can't wait to visit.
Yeah. So Ken, why don't you tell us a little bit about the same thing, like stuff that you're working on. You're still hosting the Not Another Bitcoin podcast, which is one of the best podcasts out there that exists.
One of the oldest that's still running.
The oldest, yes. And I will be making a return to that. Just had a lot of logistical stuff, and I'm not very good at scheduling. But yeah, tell us about what you got going on, stuff that you're working on, and what's coming up next.
Yeah, Not Another Bitcoin podcast, starting to back up since the whole Vegas kerbopple fell apart. I went to Vegas, invested a lot of my time and energy into a project that turned out to be nefarious, so I left. Kind of screamed fire as I ran out the building. So I let everybody know I didn't want to leave there with them with any of my credibility intact. Like, Ken was with them. Don't. Vegas Crypto Club, not a good spot. But now I'm focusing back on the podcast, doing it every single day. I got Double O Tats as my co-host. I'm working with Russ. We have a sponsor, NFT the Movie. The Circus is in town. They're one of the sponsors of the podcast. Digital Poster Co., which is doing posters for major movies and helping them tokenize them. Sort of like how Spider-Man did their AMC thing with wax NFTs. If you go to see a movie, your ticket stub is like a paper wallet you can scan to get an NFT, stuff like that. So digital poster codes helping tokenize the movie industry and stuff. And what we're doing every single day is talking to a new person for 1 hour a day about anything and everything. We do not, and we have never charged anybody to come on the podcast to talk about what they're doing. So I have no obligation to pat you on the back or really shake you down out of what you're talking about. If it seems shady, I'm going to keep asking questions that are trying to dig into it. But if I genuinely am interested, my audience knows that it's genuine. I wasn't paid to say that that's cool. And I've had everybody and anybody on the podcast, from every founder and CEO of any launch token on CoinMarketCap.
That's sick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we hit it pretty hard last year at the conferences and stuff, too. A lot of great booth interviews and stuff.
Yeah, and we have a booth here at East Denver.
Yes,
so that's
we
nice.
do. And because this is recorded and it's going to be posted later, we commandeered that stuff.
Yeah. It was empty, and we filled it. So
This
nature,
is like the fifth conference that's happened.
Yeah.
And it's all been very well received. They
appreciate it. It's bearish to have an empty booth. We help it.
We've been promoting and doing things, so it's been good.
But it's also, we want to inspire you. If you're just an attendee at a conference, you see an empty booth, grab a chair, and now you have a booth at a conference.
Let's go.
Cool. So as we wrap up, we got 15 minutes left of the show. We got to talk about some future plans you guys are working on. How about for today? What is your goal today that you want to achieve here at East Denver?
It's super simple for us. We just want people to download the app. That's really it. Like, we've put a ton of time into building this thing. It's been secured. We've used it ourselves. All of our money's in our app, which is another thing that, not too many businesses do this. It's like, you need to put your money where your mouth is. Maybe like as a user, you got to build up trust. Absolutely. Put in $2 into Axal, up that to 100, up that to 1,000. As you get more excited with it. But for me, all of my money's in this thing. Awesome. We just care about people to download it. We got to go beyond. We're getting
the app free, or there
totally
ads?
free.
Yeah,
Totally free.
signed up. You get in the cash grab.
I'm just wondering, how's the app monetized?
Right now we're doing nothing. We'll add on a spread down the line. So this is if I'm doing 11% APY, I'll take 1. And you're still happy because it's a high rate, better than your bank.
Nice.
I was just wondering about the sustainability.
Yeah. So it's different from a get-rich-quick transaction fee business model, which, a ton of trading apps do that, right? You can have the same 1,000 users in crypto.
Yep.
But if you're taking one, the centralized exchange is the worst. If you take 2 or 3% on every trade that they do, you're making money off of just those thousands.
Yeah.
For me, it's a long game. It's I need to win AUM, I need to build up confidence, but that's our goal. Get more people to hear about this stuff. That's it. Downloads.
Cool. Awesome.
Android and Apple?
Both. Yeah, we did Google Play because
Yeah.
outside of the US, everyone's gotten it.
What about BlackBerry?
Hey, we're
We
going to
have
be
a web
bringing those
browser,
back.
so if you got some way to
That's so
fucking
funny.
text us some backend server, we'll figure it out.
You mentioned app. What about dApps? Do you have any dApps application available in Phantom Wallet or anything like that?
We're working on it.
Okay.
We got a base app, I think, that's live in their store. Fandom's cool. I know WorldCoin had their own app store for mini apps, but yeah, no, there's just a million things to focus on. So it's like, how do I get a regular person that sees an Instagram skit to go and download? It's got to be in an app.
Yeah, well, we've mentioned a few things throughout the podcast that kind of led to that point, was like using utility, traditional things as utility because it works. You don't have to change too much, but also how do we work together and
That's a good point.
be more crypto? So it's like,
something new.
instead of an app, why isn't it a dApp? Isn't that crypto? You know, so
Yeah.
you can reach Web 2 through the app, but then you could really appeal to the Web 3 through the dApp.
Absolutely. Fully agree.
So what about for you guys? What is your goal today that you'd like to achieve for Cavia?
Yeah, I mean, during this event is finding founders who have a great product that's already validated, it's out there, and they're looking to scale. So let's say you have 100,000 users and you want to go to 1 million, you could be interesting to work together, as we've been in the finance space, and potentially we could help leverage the content generation machine that you already have running, understand what's working, seek for new opportunities, new narratives to push. For example, we see that in-person or in the street content is working. This other type of content is not working as much. Institutional is not working. Maybe we can try a new narrative. Maybe we can try comparing USDT to USD, showing how you can travel around the world with 100,000 USDT, but 100 USD, you would get stopped in customs and you would be in a lot of trouble.
That's a great point.
That's
It's fun content. It's engaging. It's like my life lives in this system now. Like, it's not just a.
You mentioned helping people find like what content does and doesn't work and stuff and like that, but a lot of projects I noticed have things that work or should work in theory, but aren't because of the execution. So do you highlight maybe what they're doing is right, but how they're doing it is wrong? Because like you don't have to change the whole model; it's just the execution of the pre-existing one.
Absolutely. There's so many different variables to content. So what we usually do with our clients, and I'll break it down here, we do a pretty deep research. We research like 1,000 videos to understand what's already working. We don't try to create the wheel from scratch. We're not gonna do a new idea. We're just gonna recreate what's working. Based on that, we script out what could work.
I love the open
We
background.
ask the founders to record themselves if it makes sense and we need their faces.
Gotcha.
And there it plays the enthusiasm, they say, the environment, there are the clothes they have, the lighting, audio. There's so many different variables that we can play around. And that's why we also do the editing, to make sure that everything clicks.
Yeah, well, it all has sort of the same volume or feel to it, essentially. The vibe matches throughout.
Yeah, or not. Sometimes if something looks kind of crappy and organic,
Yeah.
it works even better.
Dude,
Like,
it comes off more authentic, right?
Yeah.
Than you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
again, wearing pajamas to a fucking financial conference, I'm not trying too hard. It helps break down that barrier of like, you know, what is this? It's less scary. Mickey mentioned earlier, you know, I'm big on guerrilla marketing, and you do a lot of like advice for stuff when it comes to like marketing. Is there any guerrilla tactics that you have found that work in like from Web 2 to Web 3?
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
For example, I'll give you an example. For me, a great guerrilla marketing tactic that I gave out that was utilized was I told companies to go to Kai Cenat, Speed, Mr. Beast, whoever's doing a live stream, send them $5-10 every 15 minutes with the super chat shouting out your own company.
Yeah.
There was one project
Burger
doing
King
that,
did it.
yeah.
McDonald's and Wendy's were doing it.
That's fucking
Sending I Show Speed $20 super chats on Twitch because
Yeah.
it has 20,000 or 200,000 people, and they're like, hey, just saying thanks from Burger King. Don't forget to stop by and get a Whopper.
And it's funny you said because
That's the guerrilla marketing I'm kind of
one
getting at.
project did that. I think it was like a pump fund related for streaming. They were going around buying subscriptions on people like that. I mean, in big numbers and
Yep.
trying to get attention.
And that's
yeah.
just like one of a million guerrilla marketing aspects that I love seeing. But I'm just curious, is there anything that you've seen that you could apply that is like kind of outside the box where somebody may look at that as, well, that's either ridiculous or fringe?
Yeah, for this kind of events, if we're looking to get more people to apply to a side event, for example, that we're doing on Saturday, we can always run targeted ads to the specific location where the main conference is happening, for example, and then we're hitting like 10,000 people that
Demographic
otherwise-
audience.
Yeah, exactly. We're hyper-targeting.
What we want to do in New York is like take a dollar bill, write something punchy on the back, like write like "fuck banks earn more," which we have some stickers on. Maybe too punchy.
There's a stamp. I used to have a stamp that said buy Bitcoin with this.
Seriously?
And,
Would
yeah,
you
I would
put that on?
stamp all the money with it. So
There
you
you
could
go.
just buy any kind of stamp,
Yeah.
and you could get it custom made and just stamp all the money with it.
Do one
And
like
then
that,
Have
and
a
do one
bounty
that's-
there. Have a bounty. Anybody that finds this money out in the real world, join our Telegram or Discord, and we'll hook you
Absolutely.
up.
Absolutely.
Also, you
That's
can mark
guerrilla
them
marketing.
as
Yeah.
one sat. Stamp it, one sat.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I like that, yeah. Like that's the stuff we need to see more in this space is like, outside the box stuff, because I think that comes off more genuine, more organic, not making me think or question the generosity of the, what is that really, like, trying to get to the psychological point of it. Let's just have fun with it so I don't have to overthink or overanalyze.
Absolutely.
And that's what I think the traditional industries coming into Web3 don't realize is if they could figure out just how to have more fun, or at least make it more fun for people to interact with them, it would be the most beneficial rather than overly explaining their message or what they have to offer. You could talk for 3 hours about what you do, how you can help me, but in 5 minutes, if you can make me laugh, I'm gonna work with you, bro. So as a company, let's take that personal relationship building that we have learned all our lives and not lose that in the sauce and be a person, not the company. You're not, you don't have to represent Bitcoin because you work at Bitcoin. You can just be you.
Yeah, and I like that because one big thing for me over the years is like, restructuring the use of the word gamification and gamifying, because that's what it is. You're creating an incentive for people to do things and rewarding them for doing things, but in a way that's fun and entertaining.
We used to, when we were kids, we had the Coke points on the bottom of the cabs.
Exactly. Gamification has become this like, I don't want to say like a bad word, but like people kind of get turned off by because they have the wrong idea of gamification, you know? It could be something as simple as that. Work it in your marketing. Again, creating an incentive for people to do things, but make it fun, entertaining, make it attractive. Give them a reason to participate and reward them, for it. That's how you get people out here. And on chain, it's perfectly set up for that because we got smart contracts and cool things like that. And so as we kind of wrap this up in these last few minutes, let's go ahead. We'll do some last, drop your Twitter, your socials, and then maybe hit us with a 1-minute pitch, of your project pitch, just so that way everybody can be reminded of what you're doing, what you're here for, and check you guys out.
Yeah, because everything gets edited into a short now, so an hour is really going to come out to be 3 minutes.
Yeah, real quick, Ash, founder of Axal. Check us out, axal.com. You can go to ax.al as well, which is cool. No, cool. Albania has a TLD. So ax.al, you type that in, it'll go. Get Axal on all socials. Check out the Instagram shit. We're doing office skits. We're doing like street interviews in New York, all of that. The pitch is what we've already talked about. Like, own your money and maximize your earnings on it. Like, don't let other people go and pocket that interest that you could earn yourself. That's really it. Like, 6 to 10% right now. Down the line, hold every asset class on earth. That's what I'm here for. What am I saying about?
Yeah, the more stable coins, the less fractional reserve, the more your dollar's worth.
Absolutely.
And a fun fact here, in Argentina, we have a different value for USDT and USD. USDT is worth more.
It's worth more?
Yeah.
You see grocery store prices in USDT, right?
In Africa too, they're using that as
I wanted to talk about that, but I don't think we had time, and I didn't want to interrupt earlier, but it is on topic. I think that stable coins are intrinsically worth more than the physical dollar in utility purpose alone, like what you can do with a stable coin. So I wouldn't take a dollar for a dollar. If I have a stable coin, you're giving me at least $1.20. I'm hitting you with a 20% convenience fee because that stable coin is at least 20% more convenient to use as a dollar.
Yes, sir.
100%.
So yeah, hit us with social sites and get us with the 1-minute pitch.
Yeah. So we're Cavia.agency. That's our website and our socials. We help Web3 founders with communication and content. So if you have a really good product, you're ready to go to market, but your narrative is lacking short, your investors are not understanding you, your target audience is just not getting it, hit us up. We'll help you figure it out and find a way to actually make your metrics go to the moon.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, this is it. First day here at Denver. First episode. We've got hosts of Not Another Bitcoin podcast. Let's shout out Not Another, the movie.
Oh,
NFT the movie.
NFT the movie.
Circus
The circus
is back.
in town.
We've got Blockchain Legal Institute and Got Pay. All these guys have been amazing to help us be here and do what we do.
Theo. Thanks to Theo,
and
too.
Theo and Wayne. And so we'll catch you guys on the next one. We got 3 more to go today. And make sure you follow and like these guys and stay tuned for more. We'll see y'all later.